up, y'all? It's your girl Michelle coming at you with another Another review on College Hill Celebrity Edition, Episode 3, Pig Juices and Excuses. But before we get started, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on awesome content and reviews and recaps and all this goodness like this video right here. So, this has been something to watch. Like, this has been a really good season so far. I mean, we're only 3 episodes in, but I'm loving it, I'm feeling it, I'm digging it, and I'm glad it popped up on my app. Don't be looking at me like that, like y'all ain't say the wrong word sometimes when you meant to say something else. But anyway, so yeah, we about to get into it. 3rd episode, 3 episodes in, and this train is still rolling. So when we left off on the 2nd episode, we left off with Reggie and them group looking like chickens with their heads cut off because their leader wasn't there and India was in the bathroom freaking out, having an anxiety attack. So 3rd episode picks up and Ray J is like really feeling the effects of school. He has so much going on, a whole lot on his plate. He's still dealing with the loss of his great aunt. He's dealing with, his pending divorce. And he says he feels the way that his housemates don't know that he's getting divorced. Now, I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I kind of think they do. Because this whole thing with him and Princess, it hasn't really been a secret. Like, it's been kind of like a tennis match going back and forth for a while now. Like, first she filed, then took it away. Then he filed, then took it away. So I'm pretty sure people know that you're getting a divorce. I guess it's kind of like that big old plaid elephant that's in the corner, but people acting like they don't see it, like they know, but they're just not gonna bring it up because really it's not their place. But I don't know why he's acting like people don't know what's going on, because all these are industry folks and people be talking in the streets, and I mean, people know. Trust me, they know. It's not a big, but yeah, whatever. So, Reggie and them group, they go up, and after Dr. Cooley, finally talks to India and she comes to her senses and she gets herself together, the group gets ready to present. So each one goes up and they introduce themselves. And after they say their name, all of them saying, Germalizer. Remember how I said that last time? Yeah, y'all liked how I said that, huh? Germalizer. So first Dream goes up, I'm blah 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 with Germalizer. India goes up, I'm India with Germalizer. Then Slim goes up, I'm Slim with Germalizer. I don't know why they kept saying that after their names. Like, I don't know if they thought this was gonna be like a Candyman situation where they say Germalizer 3 times and then Ray J was suddenly gonna appear in the class and rescue them and help them with the presentation. Like, I wasn't understanding that, and it kind of weirded me out the way they kept saying it. I mean, they ain't had to keep saying the name of the product. Like, we could see it back down on the board and stuff. It was like real big with the picture of the germ. Like, we saw all the Germalizer. So I don't know why y'all kept saying it, or do y'all just like saying it as much as I do? Germalizer. I think that's what it was. Okay, so once they get started, it was kind of I don't know. I thought it was kind of blah. They really did need Ray as much as I find him to be kind of a show-offy, look at me, I'm here, rah, sis, boom, bah kind of guy. I feel they really, really needed him because this presentation was kind of lackluster. And what did it for me was, Slim just read the slides word for word for word for word. So it was just kind of funny to me how they tried to come after the first group, claiming that, they had outside help or whatever. But each one in the group, even Lamar, he held his own. But each person in that other group, they were able to talk and speak on stuff without having to look at the board and read every single thing that was up there because they had an idea of what they were doing. You see what I'm saying? So for him to go up there and just basically read it like everybody was a bunch of toddlers and they had no idea what was going on, that was a bit much. It's like you didn't know any key points ahead of time that you could have picked one topic and just talk on it for like 3 minutes. You couldn't even do that. Oh my gosh. So finally their presentation wraps up and Dr. Cooley, see, she Cooley with me. Yeah, like I did that. Dr. Cooley is Cooley with me. Yeah, y'all like that. So she basically said the same thing like what I was saying about, you know, him reading off the slides. She was like, I don't really need you to read the slides. Like, I can see it for myself. Like, what do you know about the thing? Can you just talk to me? I mean, that was kind of simple, but I guess it just kind of went over his head or whatever. I don't know. But yeah. So she also mentions that the group was going to lose points because she could see the girl's toes. She kept saying business attire, but apparently open toe shoes is not businessy. And I'm not trying to be messy, but when they were, I think going back to the house or leaving the house, something having to do with the house, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw Nene's toes in her shoes. Or was I tripping? Maybe I need to go back, but I could have sworn I saw her feet. Unless she had on some clear heels, I could have sworn I saw a toe and a piece of a pedicure. Just saying. So then Dr. Cooley takes it a step further and she asks if anyone had outside help, and it was in that moment the floodgates opened. This side was talking about, yeah, they had outside help, and yeah, they did this, and yeah, they did that. And then the other side was talking about, well, no, we still did most of the work. We just had somebody to look at what we did. So how you gonna say what we did, and you did, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. You know how that stuff goes. And it was just like a back and forth. And then after a while, it was like, okay, so it's apparent both of y'all had outside help, but you only had 2 days to complete the assignment. I have students here for 16 weeks. This is what Dr. Cooley was saying. So she was like, y'all still did a good job. I'm proud of both of you. And I will let you know what the grade is because I'm still working on it. So at the end, she passes out gifts. Each one gets a bag. And they have a personalized letter in there for them from Dr. Cooley. And I thought that was nice because everybody loves gifts. Who doesn't love gifts? Like, if you don't love gifts, you got to be an alien. And not like a cool alien, but kind of like a really weird alien. Because if you're allergic to gifts, like, I don't know, like, something going on with your medulla oblongata. Like something ain't wired right. So they get home and Slim is still going on about this project that is now officially over since they're done with the class. Ray should have been there. Ray could have been there. Why Ray wasn't there? Oh my goodness. How about you should have just pulled your own weight? That way you wouldn't have had to rely on Ray, J, K, Elemental P, or anybody else. You could have said what you had to say because you would have known your stuff. You up here relying on somebody because, I mean, hey, life happens. And now you sitting up here whining and crying and looking like an inconsiderate jerk face. The man had death in his family. Like, come on. If it were you and you lost someone that was close to you that you had a relationship with, would you be up there trying to present a germalizer? And in the back of your mind, you still hurting and upset because of the news you just received? Like, put yourself in his shoes for a second. And how about you do your own work next time? How about that? Can you do that? Ugh. So the Scooby-Doo squad is back again, trying to figure out what's wrong with Stacey. This is like, I don't know, maybe this should be like the subtitle for this episode, because even though she's not here, she's still a topic of discussion. And I'm not really sure why. It's like, okay, we know she's gone. She went to the hospital. Y'all not gonna really find anything else. So why y'all still sitting up here trying to figure out what's going on with her? Like, I'm not understanding. She wasn't really mingling with y'all. it's kind of like she's still there in the house anyway, because if she was in the house, she wouldn't be out there with y'all. So why y'all trying to, I don't know, I guess it's just human nature to be nosy. Maybe that's what it is. So they still up there trying to figure out what's going on with Stacey. What happened with Stacey? We need to know what's going on with Stacey. And I'm about sick and tired of hearing about Stacey. So they're still trying to see, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. They're still just speculating at this point, and I just really want them to leave it alone. So next day, it's time for their second week of school. Our babies are growing up. They're already on their second week of school, y'all. I am so proud of them. Like, y'all better get it with y'all get it selves. So Big Freedia's like, look, man, we can't be late, and we can't be letting other people make us late. We got to get to school on time. We got to be there on time. And I know how that feels. Like, if something is set at 3 o'clock, I'm trying to be there at 2:30, because at 3:01 I'm having a panic attack, because it's like, oh my goodness, I am not there. So Big Freedia, I feel you, boo. We need to be on time. There's no excuse. So Ray J is still in a room, curled up in a ball, just, chilling, and looks like he's sleeping, like he's really going through something. He looks like, the part of the R&B music videos where it's like about relationships, and they get to the bridge, the real dramatic part of the song, and the person in the video is like really feeling it, and they getting in the character. That's kind of the vibe that part was giving me. So Dream goes in, swoops in to help him and get him out so they can go to school. They meet up with their advisors to see what classes they'll be taking for the week. And before they get started, they get an update from their advisors on feedback from their instructors. So they're told that they've been engaging in class, they've been asking questions, they've been, speaking up and everything, showing that they're paying attention, and they're really proud of them. And I'm proud of them too, because they're not just, there for the check. Then again, maybe they are there for the check. I mean, I don't know, their check might be looking pretty nice, but they're showing up, they're doing the work, and it's good to see. So yay, y'all. Suddenly the music changes. It gets serious and dramatical, and you already know that the conversation is about to switch to who? To Miss Dash. Miss Dash out, that is. So the group is informed that she has dropped out of the program and she will not be returning. You heard me right. I said this in my last review. I had a feeling she wasn't coming back. And I'm not going to say that the woman didn't have health stuff going on, but honestly, truthfully, for real though, I feel that she really blew this whole thing out of proportion, because she just didn't want to be around them people no more. And I mean, if it's something else, I mean, I'll probably do a little digging and really find out what it was, but I think she just didn't want to be around them. It was just a little too much for her to handle, and she was trying to figure her way out, and she figured that saying something about her health, that was the best way to do it. That's just my take. If I'm wrong, it won't be the first time, and I'll be all right. But yeah, I had a feeling she wasn't coming back. So the castmates wish her well. They hope she's doing better, and they move on, because now it's time to get their edumacation on. Yes, edumacation. Edumacation. It is that serious, and they're serious about their studies. So they find out that they will continue with African American studies, and they will also add biology to their list of classes this week. So when they mention biology, Dream is so excited, because she said science was like her favorite class. I hated science. Like, science was all sciencey and stuff, and especially biology, because you already knew that you were going to be dealing with something icky, and like, I cannot. So they roll into clinical anatomy with Miss Dale, and honey, when I tell you that black girl magic was all up and through that class, I said, okay, Miss Dale, look at you looking all fierce and snatched and cute and stuff, and ready to teach the peoples. You better get it with your black girl magic, giving off self. You're glowing, sis, you're glowing, and I love it. So she starts explaining what the class will entail. And of course, Willie Ray Norwood Jr., he's doing everything but paying attention. There's like, bones and skulls and all kind of sciencey stuff all on the desk. And instead of him paying attention to what they're going to be doing, he's playing with the stuff. He's playing dress up instead of focusing. Like, why? Well, you can't just pay attention for like 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds just to see what's going on. Why you can't just do what the other people doing? Why you gotta be the one? Why you gotta be the one? So the instructor explains that they'll be dissecting a pig. A whole pig. I don't know. Whenever I think of biology, I always think of frogs. I'm so glad we didn't have to do this in high school, because if we had to dissect something, baby, I would have failed with a good heart. I wasn't going to touch nothing. I wasn't about to slice open nothing. I wouldn't have cared if it had been a worm. I wasn't going to touch that worm. I wasn't going to do it. So the fact that they have to dissect a pig, a little oink oink, Pepper little cousin. Why? Why they gotta do that? So once she mentions dissecting a pig, I mentally check out. I really did. But I mean, I kept watching anyway because I'm nosy and I wanted to see the rest of the episode. So they go ahead and they bring out these little pigs. I think she called them fetal pigs. So they're pigs that weren't really born, but they were, you know what, like I said, I mentally checked out. So anyway, they bring out these little pigs in these plastic bags. It just grossed me out, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just thinking about it now makes me want to bleh, but I'm not gonna bleh because I don't want y'all to see that. So they bring out the things and they're touching them and just looking at the anatomy of it. And I think she gave them a paper or something where they could see the different parts of it. And Lamar touches the pig with his gloved hand, and then a few seconds later, he touches his face. Like, baby, what is you doing? That's germs, and that's not just regular germs. Like that's pig germs. That's pig juice germs, and now you got pig juice germs all on your face. You go like, baby, that's gross-arama. I don't know what's going on. But in all this, Big Freedia is like really taking it seriously, and while everybody else is like making their little jokes and they playing around with the pig and coming up with all these different names. Well, I named my pig this, I named my pig that. Big Freedia over there doing the work and everything, getting the job done, and I'm loving it to see the, the seriousness. Like, Freedia is there to get the education, to learn all he can learn, and they're really doing it, and I am like so proud. Like, my New Orleans cousin, like, I see you and I'm so proud. Tear. Okay, so they're handed a quiz and then they have to pass the quiz. It's like a preliminary quiz in order to dissect the pig later on. So the whole time, remember, Dream has been going on, oh my gosh, I used to love science. Science is like my favorite class in the whole world. And I was so excited to do this class because, I really love science. And science is like everything to me, Y'all like my Dream voice? That's cute, huh? It sounds just like a, don't it? So, for whatever reason, she starts hollering about her hands were dirty and that's why she didn't finish the quiz. So you mean to tell me you couldn't take 1 second to take off your gloves to pick up your pen and take the quiz? Like, I'm not understanding. You couldn't hold a pen, but you could sit there and scroll on your phone. If you could scroll on your phone, then you could take a quiz. I don't know. That part just didn't make sense to me. I don't know if she just wanted to just be a little extra, to have her moment. Kind of like how when Ray J went toe to toe with Dr. Cooley in the first episode. I don't know if she was just trying to be, difficult, to have that, moment of shine, but it didn't make sense. If all you had to do was take off your gloves and go wash your hands and grab your pen and take a quiz, like, why didn't you just do it? If you could sit there and scroll on the phone, you could hold a pen and take a 2-second quiz. That didn't make sense to me at all. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a viewer. So, clubs are starting today. Yay! Big Freedia joins choir. I can see it. I can totally see it. Bounce, choir, goes hand in hand. So Slim joins Student Government Association. I guess that's the only one that had openings, maybe. I don't know. Dream joins the cheer team. I can definitely see it. Loud, loves to be the center of attention, thinks it's all about her. Cheer's the perfect place. Ray J and Nene join debate. Baby, they're definitely in that element with that one. So while everyone is enjoying their clubs and the first day in there, India goes to speak with Dr. Mel, a life coach, to try to help her through her self-doubt and her traumatic experiences that she's endured. Just listening to her story and the things that she went through as a kid, and I can kind of see now why she is the way she is, and I'm really rooting for her. I'm hoping that Dr. Mel can help her push through and pull out the strong and confident and bold India that's deep within her, because I can really see her going far once she taps into, you know, her gift and finding out what her true purpose and everything is. I'm really pulling for India. I am. She seems to be a sweetheart. She's just she's trying to find her way, and all she needs is a little push and guidance in the right direction. I think she'll be all right. So once the day is over, everyone goes home. We see some castmates outside mingling and bonding and getting to know each other. It's Big Freedia and it's Dream. They playing Jenga, and Dream is a cheater, and I want to fight her. Cause why you won't cheat with Jenga, bro? Like, why you can't just lose with grace? You know what? Scratch that. Never mind. I don't lose with grace either. I'm a sore loser. So you know what, sis? I probably would have done the same thing you did. I probably would have moved that block and acted like, you know, I got it from a different spot. And yeah, because I can't lose either. Especially not no Jenga. Like, Jenga? Are you serious? That ain't happening. So, moving on. Dr. Cooley sends a message, and Nene sees that they have to go downstairs. It's grade time. The grade's about to show up on the screen. OMG, what this gonna be? So Big Freedia goes and rounds up everybody, letting them know it's grade time. We got to go down to see what we got. And grades start popping up on the screen. Nene, B-. Nene excited. She like, well, I passed. That's all that matters. Big Freedia, B-. Lamar, C+. I think he kind of sort of felt a little way. I thought it was kind of weird that he got a C+. I don't know. I don't know why he got a C+ and everybody else got a B-. Maybe because he didn't talk as much as the others, and he didn't really offer as much input or show that that he contributed as much as the other ones did. I wasn't really understanding how he got a C+. But I mean, then again, I wasn't in there to see the full thing. I just saw the clips that they gave me, so it must be a reason for that C+. But hey, a C is a C and a passing grade is a passing grade. So he's happy. I'm happy. Stacey gets an incomplete because, well, she wasn't there. And I don't think it matters at this point because she ain't coming back. So even if they had given her a 0 or a F-, like, it really wouldn't have mattered because homegirl is gone. Okay, so next group. India gets a B. I don't want to say that this was a sympathy grade because Dr. Cooley saw how bad her anxiety was when she went and got her in the bathroom and had to pretty much, you know, really coax her out of there to get up there and say what she said. But from what I saw, all she did was really basically read off the slide. I mean, not as much of an encyclopedia as what Slim did, but she read off the slide too, and she got a B. But okay, she's really excited about the B, and she's like, "Ooh, I got me a B, but a B in college. Like, this is big time. I got me a B." And it's like, okay, girl, you got your B, you got your B. So then Dream, she gets a B. Slim gets a B. After all that whining and crying, he got himself a B. So you think this would be the end of it, but no. Our grade probably could have been higher if Ray would have been there. Boy, just be glad you got your B. Because honestly, truthfully, for real though, for the fact that you read the whole entire slide, I'd have given you a D. Like straight up. I'd have been like, okay, so you don't know anything about what you're talking about. You just gonna sit up here and read to me? Like I'm not a whole professor. Like I'm not a whole doctor. Like I ain't got 500 degrees. You gonna sit up here and read to me? Like I'm hooked on phonics and I need your help? No, you gonna get a D for insulting my intelligence. So the fact that you whining about a B and you literally did none of the work, all you did was read, boy, you better take that B and go sit down somewhere. So now it's time for Ray J's grade. Ray J thinking, well, since I wasn't there, just like Stacey wasn't there, I should get incomplete. Ray J gets a C. And baby, when I tell you, he got mad about that C. You would have thought he had an F up there. You would have thought they said, I don't know. But he really got mad. I mean, would a 0 have been better for you, sir? You got that because of your situation. Your professor was being considerate of the fact that you lost someone and you were feeling a ways and you couldn't pull through for the presentation. I know a lot of professors, when I was in college and I was going through stuff, like literal, like legit for real hard stuff, they didn't care. I could have told them whatever. And I did tell them a lot of the stuff I was going through. They was like, oh, for real? Well, this assignment was due, and if you couldn't do it, then, you know, this is your grade. The fact that you got a C, the lady was working with you. She still gave you a passing thing so you could move on to the next class. And you sitting up here stomping and pouting and hoo-hoo-hotting because what? Like, I don't know. I be trying to understand these folks and they just giving me extra gray hairs. Like, I don't get it. You really mad over a C. And Lamar was like, "Ooh, you got a C and you ain't even had to be there." I don't think he needed to hear that at that moment because I think that kind of made it worse. So he goes outside. He's still all upset and all up in arms about he can't believe he got a C. He got a C. He got a C. Oh, Lordy. So if Freedia's trying to, you know, talk to him and kind of put it in perspective because Reggie like, man, but Dr. Cooley don't understand. Like, I lost somebody. Like, I wasn't really in the headspace for that. Like, I really couldn't get up there and do that. But Freedia was like, well, you gotta keep in mind, you know, you gotta reach out to the people. They gotta know what's going on. But not just that, you know, when we lose people, sometimes the people, you never know, they might still want you to, you know, go on and pursue your dreams. They wouldn't want you to stop just because they're no longer here. And so Big Freedia said, you know, when Big Freedia lost their mama and stuff, before they lost their mama was like, you know, I still want you to go and pursue your dreams. You still do you. And that's why Big Freedia do them. And Ray was like, yeah, that's all well and good for you, but I ain't trying to hear that. Big Freedia would have probably got a better response if they had talked to them Jenga pieces, because them Jenga pieces might have been like, you know what, you got a good point. And I feel you on that. But talking to Ray was just like, yeah, that's how it is. So I guess once Big Freedia saw the conversation wasn't going nowhere, they went and got the bag from Dr. Cooley and was like, well, Dr. Cooley sent this and she also had a note in here for you. So Ray J read the note and he was acting like he couldn't even understand what the lady was saying. Like he couldn't read the handwriting or whatever. So according to him, the note was basically just saying like, you know, I'm sorry for your loss, but you kind of have to, I don't know, I guess roll with the punches or something, so to speak. And he was upset with the letter and he wasn't really understanding her final message. And what it all boils down to is he's just a little spoiled brat. And I don't know if he was expecting an A or whatever because, you know, he was the brains behind the whole operation. But the fact that you weren't there, I'm glad that you got a C player, because if it was me, yeah. So the next day, it's time for school again. But Ray J is still in his feelings and he's still feeling a way about the whole C thing. And so he decides to stay home. You know, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd be the next one to leave. Because if you're not going to go to school, And this whole experience thing is about, going to school. Why are you there, sir? Why are you there? So today is biology, and everybody else just goes on to school without him. So once they get there, Dream has a fit. She's all upset because she notices she has an incomplete on the quiz that she didn't finish the day before because she wouldn't take off her gloves and go wash her hands and pick up the pen and actually finish the quiz. So she is upset, honey, that she has an incomplete on her quiz. So she goes to the instructor and she's like, well, why do I have an incomplete? And the instructor is like, well, we just grade them before you actually, do them, or something. She was explaining like that. And she was just saying, like, once you complete it, that grade will change. So basically the grade, it wasn't even a final grade. It was just until you completed, this is the grade that you have on there. And the grade was a 10 out of 15. And she was like really legit mad, like about to pick up a chair and flip over some tables and throw the pigs across the room. Okay, now she wasn't about to do all that, but I mean, she was really getting upset and mad over a 10 out of 15. 10 out of 15 isn't even bad. 10 out of 15 isn't even failing. 10 out of 15 ain't that bad for somebody who didn't even finish the quiz. Like, be glad you even got that. You could have got 0 out of 15, because with that attitude, I would have given you a 0 out of 15 if you didn't even take off your gloves and do what you were supposed to do in the first place. I wouldn't have given you that. But no, she wasn't happy with that. So she got mad, and she goes and she grabs her phone or iPod. Wait, do people still use iPods? Might have been her phone, but whatever. She grabs her phone and she stalks out the room. Like I said, I think she needed a moment, so maybe this episode was her having her moment. And once she leaves, who follows behind her? India follows behind her. And I'm like, India girl, now see, I'm trying to root for you, but don't be a follower, baby. Don't do it. So they go in the bathroom. And Dream is all, see, I just feel away because science was my class, and I was so excited about my class, and she gonna give me a 10 out of 15. How you gonna give me a 10 out of 15? My hands was dirty. I didn't want to touch that pen like that, and I ain't want to get them germs on my pen like that, and I ain't want to touch that with that pen juice on my hands like that. And while she doing that, India just brushing her hair like, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, for real. But in her confessional, India was like, yeah, that's just like excuses. Like, all you have to do is just wash your hands. And I'm like, okay, sis, look at you coming into your own. So you're not about to be a follower after all. So after India go ahead and she slicks her little hair down, she's like, okay, well, I'm going back to class. And so Drew's like, well, I think I'm going to just stay in here until the thing is over. I don't even feel like going back. And India was like, well, stay in the bathroom. And I was so proud of her. I was like, girl, you better go back to class and get your education on. I am so proud of you for not following your friend who is tripping because she mad because she created this whole thing herself when all she had to do was take off her gloves and wash her hands and pick up the pen and take the quiz. So that's the end of episode 3. And I was like, okay, yeah. I'm noticing these people create a lot of drama and conflict themselves, and then they get mad when stuff happens. But it's like, if you don't create it in the first place, you wouldn't be dealing with it. But I'm kind of excited to see, what the next episode is going to be like. Because, yeah, will they actually dissect the pigs? Will Dream actually go back and participate and stop acting like an oversized Bratz doll like India called it? Will Ray J stay? Will he go home? Will Lamar actually start washing his hands after he uses the bathroom? All these questions and more on the next Dragon Ball Z. Okay, no, I'm joking. But yeah, so that's the end of episode 3. I'm feeling I can't wait till the next one, because it's looking like when them grades pop up from this biology class, somebody's not going to be too happy. And I can't wait to see it. So that's the end of this recap and review of episode 3. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell after you subscribe so you don't miss the next review. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. All right, peace.